made it to the top of the mountain. This must be that dude's house. That's weird. Why did that chest look different than all the other ones, but it only had $100 in it? I don't want to jump down there.
Hey man, it's great to see you! How you been?
Hey guys. Wow, did you get even more muscular, Claudio? And Chandra, did you get even more beautiful? Always changing for the better, you two.
I brought my friends, Alex, Michael, and Rory with me. They wanted to check out your record collection and see if you could help them locate an album.
Friends of Claudio and Chandra are always friends of mine. Please, have a seat. I'll make some tea.
So my new friends here wanted to talk about some elusive record they can't seem to track down.
We've been looking for it for a while. We've been to literally like 10 record shops.
More like 4, but I'm glad that they didn't actually make it 10.
Claudio says you've got quite the collection.
I do indeed. So what sort of music interests young people these days? Hair metal, power metal, speed metal, metallic metal, pop-punk thrash metal?
I'm pretty sure he made up some of those.
I mean, I'm not really into metal. I mean, it's cool.
That's more of Bella's thing, I think. The eyeliner and choker.
Who is this enchanting young woman? Is she here as well?
Unfortunately
no,
not.
She isn't here. She threw a hissy fit when she found out we were looking for this record.
Yeah, remember that she was super upset about it before.
Hissy fit? Do people even say that?
Alex says that.
I don't believe they do. So what sort of music are you into, Alex?
Whatever plays in the lobby at the coffee shop.
Oh, usually down-tempo stuff with trumpets, acoustic guitars, bells, toy pianos, and female vocalists singing sexually ambiguous lyrics.
So the soundtrack for this game.
I don't think I have anything like that. Perhaps you noticed my collection of guitars?
Dude likes weird specific stuff.
Yeah, I think I saw it on the way in. You play?
Does he play? Does he? This man owns 2 lutes, and you're really gonna ask him if he plays instruments?
I do.
Mark here made his fortune playing music. Well, before he became a world traveler. Mark sponsored the Bring Him Home concert for my cousin who fought in the Gulf War.
That was long before you could even walk. Hell, I was a kid then.
The power of metal unites all.
Hell yeah.
You see, heavy metal is the oral manifestation of all things good and powerful in the world.
Okay, so based on what Vela said about how her abilities work, this might be completely true.
It contains the perfect positive energies to dispel hate, racism, sexism, poverty.
Well, I don't know about that. Some metal fans can be bigoted. Like, it's not...
With the power of the metal gods channeling through my guitar strings, I was able to bring peace and prosperity to the Middle East.
No comment.
Well, he got our cousin home.
Okay, so clearly this guy's a little bit full of it, but he has his heart in the right place, and he does good things with his money, so that's the important part.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I brought peace to one family whose son had been taken captive.
Oh, wow. Okay, so every single video I've seen on this game just sort of takes that line out of context. but he walks it back. Huh.
It's a harrowing tale filled with adventure and intrigue.
Please spare me.
Yeah, I don't know if we really have time for that. And besides, like I said, I'm not really all that into metal.
It's not about you.
With all the bad fashions and teased hair, it's also 80s. This is the 90s. We're moving forward. Our music is about things.
Fuck you, Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that you don't mean to imply that heavy metal can't be about things. Clearly, you've never heard the soaring scream of the guitar paired in perfect counterpoint to an orchestra, accompanied by the sound of 1,000,000,000,000 angels. You, my dear boy, must listen to my greatest hit, Murder Run and Melancholia Reigns Unbroken.
If that is a real song, I will play it at the end of this video.
It's a lot less depressing than it sounds. All of Mark's music is like that. He has albums and albums filled with skeletons and decaying corpses. But somehow he manages to make music that speaks to the soul. Like Scene of Decay, The Stone, Part 9. The first few songs of that album are really beautiful, Alex. Disfigured by Eliga's on High Altar of Honor. That is my personal favorite. I used to hula hoop to it all the time.
One of Mark's tracks were featured in some pretty great animes. Dragon of Thy Delusion and Powered by Delirium were featured in my second favorite anime, Panic Control.
Yeah, okay, enough about this topic. Can you tell me about this tea we're drinking?
What? Who gives a damn about the tea?
This here is something I only bring out when friends are over. It's called Dahang Pao. It's a world-famous tea, exceptionally rare and difficult to come by.
Oh man, now I want tea. I ordered food earlier in between recording sessions. I should have ordered tea.
The bushes that produce this tea are reportedly over 1,000 years old. Make sure you don't spill a drop. This is very special tea.
Where did you get this? It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, right? Can't explain to you in detail how all these circumstances are related. It would be a very long and very complicated story. And I mean no disrespect to you when I say this. It would be virtually impossible for you at this stage, young man, to understand.
He's immature. This is a documentable fact.
Now, you are, of course, in no way responsible for this, but I'll do my best to explain the circumstances by which I came to possess this rare leaf.
What?
In my youth, I was something of a traveler. I lived for journeying and discovery. I had a partner, a very good man, who became ill in his mid-30s.
Like romantic partner or musical partner?
At the time, I considered myself to be very worldly. I lived for the dirt under my feet, but I also did not believe in the supernatural in any form. Alas, my partner came down with a severe stomach cancer that began to claim his life. He was a spiritual man, one might say, and he believed in miracles. His faith and his failing body led to the ending of our friendship.
Okay, so basically it sounds like his friend turned down chemotherapy in favor of spiritual remedies, which I completely disagree with in real life. By the way, medicine works. Use medicine. If you want to use spirituality with medicine, go ahead, but like also use the medicine.
He left for India, and I stayed back in Arizona, where I'd built a life for myself in between trips. He was gone for many weeks when I received a letter from him. The letter was scribbled in the handwriting of a dying man.
What does that look
Featured
like?
coordinates that, upon further inspection in an atlas, proved to be in the mountains of India.
Why didn't he just send
So,
you his address?
I began my journey. After many days of travel, I arrived at the summit of Mount Kangchenjunga. I paid a local village boy to guide me to the location. At the top, I found my friend. My friend, who only a few weeks ago had been on the brink of death, had been cured through the power of water.
If he pulls out a jar of chili juice, I am out of this house.
The water boiled in the particular style of pots created by the Dharabeta yogis is said to have amazing healing powers. Now, when my friend had regained his strength tenfold, I was in shock. I longed to take a sample of this drink back to an American laboratory where it would be tested and ultimately turned into a cure. But I was told that the last bush bearing the tea had burned up in a forest fire. Naturally, I demanded proof. There was no evidence that any such fire ever occurred. Angered, furious, on the point of striking the yogis, my friend had to take me away. Together, we explored the mountainside for the remainder of the week. Now, despite my anger that they would not let me test the tea, everything had been incredibly happy. In India, I've always felt an incredible glow of joy. On our last day, before we were to return, the earth gave out beneath my feet, and I was stuck.
What happened?
Soon a storm came. The storm was so
he was
bad,
talking literally.
feared
I
it
thought
would
that was
wipe
like
away
a
the
metaphor.
mountain, and I'd be
He means
stuck in a
literally the ground
landslide.
crumbled.
This is where things became interesting. My friend was able to break away at the rocks, binding my feet with his bare hands. He had expelled the disease from his body and achieved a new strength. I believe I would have died on that mountain had it not been for him. I hold true to the fact that he survived his cancer so he could save me.
Okay, so this dude, like, is, for the most part, like, considerate. He's not really an Alex type, but what he just said is extremely conceited and kind of a narcissistic, self-centered way to look at it. His friend survived cancer so that he could save him. Not just so that he could live his life, but specifically so that he could also save this dude. Like, he's making it about him. Just sort of like Alex tends to.
When we returned, the yogi hermit had left his camp. But he left behind the pot he created to cure my friend's cancer and a container of this tea.
Wow. That's a fascinating story, man. Really, this is an amazing cup of tea.
Yeah. You know, it's valued at $3,000 an ounce.
Yeah, don't.
So, what did you kids come for? How can I help you?
It's like that scene from Ratatouille
My
where the
friend
wine is
Alex
too
here is
expensive to
looking for a
spit out.
record. It's called Mystical Ultima LP Legend.
That name. It sounds so familiar. How did you find out about this mystical LP?
I found the jacket. Here, I have it with me.
Well, first of all, do you know what a soul survivor is?
Ah, yes. The Mystical Ultima LP Legend
By
Vela
Vela Wild.
Did you say Vela Wild?
Yeah. But didn't you know this already? It's on the cover. Did you even read it?
Suddenly, everything made sense. Well, at least a little bit of sense. Bella, the guitar, her ability to fight with sound. Clearly, she was the musician and the creator of this record. How stupid I had been. I told her about the record, and she must have assumed I read the title closely. Vela Wild. Probably a stage name.
Okay, so Vela's probably not even her actual name. And she, it turns out, is a musician who made the record that Alex has been looking for this entire time. And that's why she freaked out about it. But, like, they're implying that he could have read the record at any time and seen her name on it when... It's like a huge contradiction. Why wouldn't he have read who made it?
Did I say something wrong? You, kind of stopped talking for a while and looked all deep in thought.
I just realized something.
Yeah, the mind is like that. You keep many things hidden away, and they come out when they're the most needed. Did you ever consider that this record might be locked away inside your mind? And if not yours, maybe inside the mind of this wild character.
Damn. So you don't have it?
No, how could I? It hasn't come out yet.
What?
Check the date on the back of it. See the sticker? Do not sell until January 1st, 2000.
So Mark, so far, I guess, is the only character in this entire game who can fucking read.
Since I'm not a time traveler, well, at least in this life, I couldn't possibly have this record. You kids should pay closer attention to your record jackets.
He does
They
look
have
kind of
lots
like the
useful
Fourth
information
Doctor.
on them.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I know where to find this record now.
What? You do? How?
I'll explain some stuff when we get outside.